Puro Pore was in San Antonio this past weekend. What took you to San Antonio, Pore?
Well, me and Sonia decided to go visit family. I mean, we had no idea about this. ¿Cómo se llama? George Floyd, the gentleman that got murdered.
George Floyd, yeah.
George Floyd. We had no idea. We've unplugged, man. I mean, we've been off the grid. Ever since you guys had to show the moon pies over there, and we just unplugged. So we didn't have any idea what was happening. So we went to go visit family up in San Antonio.
Yeah.
We got there late afternoon, checked into the hotel. I was hungry. So, we started walking to a restaurant, and we hear a lot of screaming and a lot of noise,
Whereabouts in San Antonio? Was this downtown?
Downtown, at the Gunther Hotel.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where we were staying at. So
is that close to the Alamo? Or
yeah, man.
How many blocks? A few blocks?
A couple of blocks.
Okay.
Just a couple of blocks from the Alamo.
And when did you get there? Saturday or?
Saturday afternoon. Well, that's when we got there. I would say about 6 o'clock.
No puedes check in until las
And
tres.
so we were. Oh well, Sonia had already booked the room through some app or whatever.
Okay.
And so we were looking for a restaurant because we were hungry, but I think everything was closed. So we thought, they're closed because of the COVID and whatnot.
Yeah.
But little did we know that they were closed because they knew of the upcoming protests.
Yeah.
¿Me entiendes? Ya se están preparando.
Yeah.
So they weren't.
And you thought they were
open.
closed for the COVID.
Right. So
Yeah.
we were like, well, hell, man, then let's go to McDonald's or something. But even McDonald's was closed, right?
Were you going to the McDonald's right there in the corner of that building?
Yeah.
That's like like if you're in New York or something, right?
Yeah. So he's right there by the Riverwalk. Yeah. So and even they were closed, and we're like, so we went to Pat O'Brien's. So I said, well, they'll let us dine in, and so we were hanging out there.
So Pat O'Brien's, is that a restaurant or a club or what is it?
Well, it's a bar and grill, right? And they play music with the piano and all that stuff. But on the way there, we got stuck in the middle of this protest, and we were freaking out. Like, what in the hell is happening?
And
what are they protesting? And
about what time was that you were walking? Was it at night, day?
No, man, this was about 5, 6
in the afternoon. Okay, todavía está el sol.
Sí.
Órale.
And I mean, era un chingo de gente. Chingos.
Sí.
And that's when we were trying to figure out what in the hell are they protesting or what's going on. And that's when we started seeing Black Lives Matter.
Oh, okay.
And so we didn't get it. We didn't
The
understand.
posters. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
we
all had
didn't
posters.
understand it. But we were
Signs.
We were caught in the middle of it because we were trying to get to the restaurant. So we're like, okay, well, all right, they're protesting. That's their freedom to do that.
Yeah.
We just want to get something to eat, right? So we got to Pat O'Brien's and we sat down, we ate. We're having a couple of drinks. It got nighttime, and then the whole scope of things just changed, bro. You know what I mean? I mean, the peaceful protesters, they did their thing, and they went about their business. But then once night came, then all these Antifa and these antagonizers, what they're calling them, right? We started seeing people running all through the streets and started hearing windows shattering. You know what I mean? And we started hearing rubber bullets. Yeah. Cops were starting to shoot rubber bullets.
Holy smoke!
Yeah, man. So
you were walking to your?
No, we were already at Pat O'Brien's.
Oh, so
because it was already.
And this was happening outside while you were inside.
Yeah. So at some point, they locked us in the restaurant, right? Because the people were trying to get in to come and beat up on people. And my girl Sonia, she's blonde.
How many people were inside Pat O'Brien's when this was going on?
Maybe like 20.
¿Y cómo está toda la raza allá adentro,
freaked out,
bro?
dude.
Andaban cagados todos.
Yeah, they were freaked out because
you have no control.
Well,
of what might happen.
The way it was set up is you couldn't sit inside. You had to sit out in the patio area, right? Yeah. So in the patio area, you got these bars, right? I mean, all that's separating you from them are these like bars.
Yeah, it's like a fence, right?
Yeah, like burglar bars.
There, yeah.
You've been to Pat O'Brien?
Yeah, it's an outdoor patio. They have music outside and stuff, but it's indoor-outdoor. But the outdoor patio is pretty large, but it's just divided by like a gate, basically.
That's it. And so, my girl, she's blonde, and so they began to yell obscenities at her, you know, and I mean, this mob just kind of gathered right in front of us, and so they locked us in. They locked us in the Pat O'Brien's. And
Was your girl the only white girl inside?
no.
So,
I mean, I
so
think
they knew. Let's go to Pat O'Brien's. We'll find some.
I think the majority of the people were there were white.
Ya andaban bien cagados de.
Well, I mean, it was a very freaky situation because you're just having dinner, and then all of a sudden you got this mob trying to get in there,
Yeah.
and they're throwing
And they're
things at you.
coming after you, basically.
And they start
Yeah.
throwing things at you.
Crazy.
They were just throwing things at us. I mean, and then in my mind, I'm like, what in the hell is happening here? You know what I mean? Because you don't know what they're throwing. I mean, they could be throwing acid. They could be throwing feces, urine, whatever the hell. And I mean, what happened to all this social distancing and all this shit? So I'm freaking out.
Yeah.
And then they locked us in because they were trying to get bum rush into the restaurant.
Yeah.
So we had to stay there a little bit before the mob, kind of dispersed. So at some point, the manager just said, "Okay,
You all
He
get the hell
unlocked
out of
it.
here.
Yeah. He unlocked the door and said,
Pesquen puerta.
"Yeah, take off."
Póngale.
So
And how far was your hotel from
really,
that?
man, really, I was so freaked out. I kind of lost like where the hell am I?
Yeah.
So did Sonia.
Your compass was all out of it.
Yeah, because I was completely freaked out.
What's north, south? Who knows?
Yeah, so I put on my locator. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We were just literally 5 minutes away. So her and I were walking towards the hotel, and I don't know, out of nowhere they started pummeling her. I saw two girls, one guy just start wailing on her, and I was like, I tried to go help her, but in the meantime, I'm getting smacked by I don't know, like a pole or a pipe or something in my head and my back. And
¿Le hubieras quitado la pipa a ese vato y ponérsela a él, vato?
pues me dieron una chinguiza, bro. ¿Me entiendes? Mira estrellitas. I didn't see it coming, and
then,
they
bro,
were wailing on her.
What was your feeling when that happened, dude? When you got hit, dude?
I need to get out of here. I need to get
Survival
me-
mode.
Yeah, I need to get me and my girl to a safe place, back to our hotels, and so that they quit. They quit. They took off and they start chasing other couples. And I mean, all you hear. I mean, I saw this guy beating on this other guy with a skateboard, and I mean, you're just like in survival mode.
So then, bro?
So I mean, I turned on my locator, like, because I didn't know where in the hell which direction to go to. So I turned on the locator, and we were literally 5 minutes. So we get to the hotel. Okay, I thought we're safe. Okay, now we're safe. I took off my shirt. I'm like, holy shit!
And you're in your
what
room already.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
already in a room, safe. We're like, what in the hell just happened? Like, what is going on?
Hey,
out
you
there?
have a cut on your eye. Did you get when you got to the hotel? That cut
Yeah,
was already.
Yeah.
had already had
I
that
got, I got 12 stitches.
Yeah, and they hit you with a pipe on the eye or what?
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. I mean, they're basically
So
just
you were
wailing on me.
you
dude.
got to
They
your
were wailing on me. They were wailing on my girl.
you got to your room bloody then.
Yeah. So I took off my shirt. I'm trying to compose myself. We're talking, and I'm like,
At any point, ¿te dio coraje, carnal, o no? O nomás estabas asustado, bro?
bro, I stayed in shock, man. I think well until the afternoon the next day, because see, I took off my shirt. I still went downstairs to get stuff from our car. I figured, okay, we're already in clear. So I went downstairs. I didn't realize that the mayor of San Antonio had issued a curfew and blocked all entries into the city.
Yeah.
We didn't know that. So I was trying to get back into the hotel, but I wasn't wearing my shirt. So they basically thought I was one of the looters or an antagonizer. or whatever.
Damn.
And they were like, no, you can't come in.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell? Like,
Yeah,
I
'cause
mean,
it-
there's a war zone out here. And they're like, hey.
And they'll go
curfew.
in there and start a fire in that hotel and kill
Yeah,
everybody. They
man.
don't care.
And so I'm like, well, what the hell do I do? Right? So I took off running because I knew there was police, doing their barricades.
Yeah.
So I
Was there still a large
Oh,
group
shit.
out there even after
Bro,
the curfew?
it was like a war zone. All I could hear was rubber bullets. those flash grenades. I could hear windows being smashed, people running all over the place. I mean, my anxiety went through the roof.
Yeah.
You know, I was in the middle. It felt like a war zone, right? So I said, I'm gonna go look for one of those. What do you call it? Like where the cops are barricading so that people don't come in and out. So I approached one of the police officers, and I said, "Hey, I explained to him my story, and he, he was. I guess he took kindness towards me and understood my situation. He said, "Well, yeah, you can hang out here. You can sit down right there on the curb, but it's gonna be a long night." And I'm like, I don't really even care, He said,
And did you have your cell phone with you when you were there?
Yeah, I
So
have
you
my
were
cell
able
phone.
to contact Sonia and tell her, "Hey, this is what's going on."
Yeah, but she couldn't do anything about it. I called my brother. He couldn't do anything about it. I called my brother because he lives in San Antonio. And so I said, "Hey, brother, you need to come get me. I'm in a lot of trouble. I'm freaking out here." And he's like, "No, I can't."
Now,
It's
what
all
time was
close.
it when you were sitting with the cop?
Well, around. This
10,
was like
11?
No, this was already like around
Midnight?
Midnight, yeah,
Okay.
because the curfew went into effect like at 11:30.
Órale.
So they put the curfew 11:30 to 5 a.m. I didn't know that. So when I told a police officer my situation, he said, "Well, you can hang out here with us, sit in the corner there, but it's gonna be a long night." And I'm like, "I don't really care, So I called my brother and come pick me up, and he said, "I can't. The city's on lockdown. Nothing can come in or out." So I tried calling a Lyft, an Uber.
No.
Nothing, bro. Nothing. Everything was shut down. So I had to. I basically had to wait there till morning time, man, before I could get the hell out of Dodge.
So, did this go on through the entire night, or was it just
Yeah, no, it went on to
at 5 a.m.? What was going on at 5 a.m.?
They were still going at it, man. They were still shattering windows. They were still looting. What they wanted to do was go do graffiti in the Alamo and graffiti certain monuments.
Yeah.
That's what they wanted to do because there was. I know for sure. What we saw was like a militia
Yeah. Oh, we've got pictures of that. You sent us some pictures.
protecting the Alamo because
Yeah.
they wanted to come in.
So the militia worked. They didn't get to
No.
the Alamo then, huh?
They didn't get to it.
They didn't want their
Right.
the Alamo to be desecrated.
You got the freedom of speech and to protest and all that. I understand that. But, come on. You don't have the freedom to go and deface monuments of this great nation. Deface monuments.
What were the majority of the ethnicities involved in this? Because you see the television and you see a diverse crowd doing this damage.
Well, it's really tricky because a lot of them, and it almost seems like a conspiracy sort of to me because, you go back a couple of weeks and by law you have to be wearing a mask, right? And before, if you see somebody with a mask, you're gonna think twice about it. Like you're
And
gonna
now
be
it's-
hyper vigilant about that, right? But now it's become the norm. Like,
Yeah.
well, okay, well everybody's wearing a mask.
It's like they created the coronavirus to be able to get to this point and be
Right.
able to cover your face.
It became the new norm.
Justify the covering of the face to be able
Right,
to
so really-
do this. Wow. that's really thinking deep, bro. That's like conspiracy stuff, man, but you
Well,
never
but-
know, bro.
Yeah, you won't think twice about a guy next to you with a mask.
he's saying-
it became normal. It became the normal
This
thing.
this could be planned out.
And they're
like-
wearing hoodies and they're wearing masks, so you really can't tell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was a lot of signs with Black Lives Matter.
So you can't really tell.
You can't really tell.
Yeah.
There was a lot of Hispanics. There was whites. There was African Americans. You name it, bro. They were everywhere.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. Well, thanks for sharing your story with us, Puro Por.
This episode was brought to you by the law offices of Rene A. Flores. #DWI Expert.